Well, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know if I can... Guys, come back. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened, guys. Now I gotta mess around and see... How annoying is that? After I said all those good things about YouTube, then they ended my stream. We'll see if anybody comes back. Hello, GR Sumo. Hi, STZ02. Yeah, we're back. I have no idea why I got kicked off like that. Hello, Michael. I tried to save your chat, so let's see if I can actually put it in and just continue where we left off. This is the first time it's ever happened to me. Of all the years I've been doing this, so maybe that's just a good sign for me. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I actually was able to copy. Oh, gee, I can't even see it. Okay, I lost all of your chat, guys. It didn't copyright. I don't know why. Ugh, I'm very annoyed because I had the foresight to be like, hey, I should copy everybody's chat, but it just didn't work. Okay. All right. What were we saying, everybody? Come on. This is so lame. The last thing I remember we were talking about is that Aoi Nishiki is in the conversation with the likes of Hakuho and Onosato. Yeah, RIP chats. I agree, man. We had a lot of people who are watching, too, so we'll see if they all find their way back to us. Maybe I'll change the picture. Your bad luck, Kusano. Let's see. Get somebody else in here. Oh, Tomokaze is definitely bad luck. Oh, he's going to fight, though, tomorrow. Interesting. We'll put Ichi Yamamoto up, see if we have better luck. Okay. Kisano Sato about to whoop Onosato in practice after this basho. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Kisano Sato is going to be fired up and wanting Onosato to just end this whole thing and win it out. That's what he's going to want. So, they are going to be strategizing. They are going to be planning. I don't know what kind of training goes on. Day of tournaments and stuff, but yes, Ichi. There we go. We're going to have better luck now. I'm just so annoyed that I can't get the chat because maybe... Okay, I have a thought. I'm not giving up yet, guys. I'm just not giving up yet. I'm going to try something. That's font color. Aha! Guys, I got your chats. So now I can read all the stuff you guys are saying. Sweet. Okay. While you put all kinds of other stuff. I just got a notification. I see something happened. Hi, all. Yeah, the stream just died for no good reason. And we had like 50-something people in here, which is really annoying that it cut out then. But we'll survive. I think Kisano Sato needs to show Shirakuma some attention. Dude is floundering in Juryo. Has been for a while. Yeah, he just like disappeared right off the map. I like forgot all about him. Asaniyama won last night. He's back in Juryo. Sweet. That's good to hear. No way Shirakuma is not injured long term. Bug Zero attacked. I think so. Bug Zero was all over here and just destroyed us. Although whenever I say or hear Ichi, my first thought is always Zato Ichi. I don't know who that is. Bug Zero attacked. You said he was the enemy of 42 Opinions. Yeah, he's really crafty. He just snuck right in. Messed around. Totally not right. Yeah, Bug Zero's revenge. I guess he's got to go on a t-shirt. Listen, Bug Zero, I'll put you on a t-shirt. Stop messing with my stream. Asakurio's brother also got into Juryo. Ah, very nice. I'll be interested to see him. All right, guys, I'm going to read the chats that I saved because I'm smart. Okay. Monster said it's a sign if I ever seen one, which was referring to Awa Nishiki joining the elite group. Habab Gab had said, I think this is the start of the decline of Wakamoto Haru's career. I would agree. Awa Nishiki relies on the low, bent-over Greco-style wrestling, which will get figured out, like Takeru Fuji did. This is a good point, and especially because Takayasu had it figured out pretty good. I think that he's got some other stuff too, though. And I think he's really strong. So we'll see. That is a possibility. I'm not going to say you're wrong on that. I'm really not. When we say Ichi, my first thought is Ichinojo. Spam hearts while she catches up. Yes, please spam away while I read these comments. Okay. No Hoshiryu, no Daisho. Onosato is a hangover. I had a feeling at least one of the Yokozuna would disappoint, but it's been even crazier than I thought. This might be a good time for us because who knows? Once Hoshiryu and Onosato settle in, maybe it never looks like this again. So let's enjoy it and have a good time and not think too hard about it because we also have the slipping being a factor, the heat being a factor. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Let's just enjoy what we got. Let's see. Kisa Onosato about to whoop Onosato in practice if he doesn't win this Yusho or get at least a 12-3. Yeah, at this point, Onosato is already the bad guy. 12-3s don't count, but he should get it anyway because he's Yokozuna. So that would be his way to make amends for his failure. Trying to decide which JSA prefer. Takayasu wins or Takayasu gets another Jung Yusho. I don't know, man. I would love him to get a Yusho, but I can't believe anymore. I just gotta see what happens. Takeru Fuji got figured out after one Basho. Not saying that can't happen to Awa Nishiki, but even if it does, who's to say that happens before he goes out of Terra and makes Ozeki? An excellent counterpoint. He might get figured out eventually, but it's going to take these guys a while to adjust. They're just not... Like I said, I've never seen Abi do the Greco-Roman style wrestling. And he played right into Awa Nishiki's game, and he had no idea what to do. So he might be able to mess with them for a little while before they figure it out. So far, January is the best Basho of this year. It's so funny because that was a blast. But it feels like it was last year. It doesn't feel like it was just a couple months ago. I guess 6 or 7 months. Yeah. Technically 6 months ago. We're in the 7th month. But man, it feels like an eternity away. Onosato knows how and when to use his weight. Yes, that is one of the things that makes him so excellent. He doesn't over-rely on it, but he uses it so effectively. He's a very efficient wrestler. That's part of why he's so successful. I see some Bug Zero comments. I'll get to them after I get through all these comments. I am curious to see how many people actually made it back. We had 50. We only have 12 now, so we lost a good chunk, but that's okay. All right, let's get back to this real quick, and then I'll read your current comments. Let's see. Awa Nishiki is just too reliant on that particular frontal belt grip. If you see his matches, Daisho beat him with Oshi. Hoshiryu pulled him back easily before going for the throw. Yeah, but this tournament, he made Hoshiryu look pretty bad. So, who knows? I think he's still going to continue to work on his techniques. And I think he can keep adding all sorts of stuff. Picking one against the field, it's hard not to take the Yokozuna. Yeah, I mean, in theory, the Yokozuna should be the one who wins all the time, right? So, would you really think he's not going to win? Hard to say. Takayasu needs that 10th Jun Yusho to put himself in the sole lead. Oh, that's kind of a hard thing to be in the sole lead of. And now Nishiki is not strong enough to force these guys back, so once people figure out his tricks, he'll probably need to gain some weight. Making very compelling points. I can't argue against those, but we will see what he does. I think that he is, like I said, I think he's hungry, I think he's smart, and I think he makes adjustments way quicker than a lot of guys do. Who will Onosato finish against? Erect Kotozakura, Wakatake Kage, and who? Yeah, the day 15 match is going to be kind of lame for him, I think. Didn't realize he was still tied. Monster, we've missed it all along. Takayasu's real goal was to get the most career Jungyu show. Hey, it's something. It'll make him stand out. Also, Aonishiki got blasted back by Onosato with Oshi. Aonishiki struggles against Oshi. Oh, absolutely. If you're a grappling guy you can't get in there to grapple and some guy just blasts you out, you're done. Monster was always suspicious. Okay, I'm going to go back to current chat because oh my goodness, you guys are... I'm never going to catch up. Okay. Let's see what you're saying in the current. I imagine Bug Zero as an insect version of a Pan's Labyrinth monster. Pretty close. Like I said, I picture the blue gender monsters. They're called blue, and they kind of look like that. Bug Zero is Onosato with compound eyes and mandibles. That would be amazing. I gotta find a good artist to make Bug Zero for me. I can't click any more hearts. Well, I appreciate all the hearts that you have clicked. Wow, there are still hearts. This is amazing. Don't give up, snooty botch. Nice. Abi will get an upset on Aonishiki sometime. He can beat anyone. I agree. Never count Abi out of any match. Aonishiki has far more variable techniques than Takeda Fuji. Also true. Takeda Fuji's got the powerful Tachi-ai, and then he's kind of got to figure it out if that doesn't work. Dejima and Miyabiyama got figured out after the quick rises to Ozeki, although injury played a part. Koto Mitsuki also got figured out after his fast start, and they got a broken jaw. Ooh, that's rough. Delayed him becoming Ozeki. Okay. Not to nitpick, but Aonishiki has freestyle wrestling background, not Greco-Roman. Well, I've been going with everybody. I didn't know for sure. I've been going with everybody else telling me it was Greco-Roman. You might be right and I might be wrong, so that's okay. Agree, STZ, Dejima, Miyabiyama, and Takeru Fuji are all pushers. Technical guys will get figured out slower. Yeah. Kitty tried the Oshi against Aonishiki. Didn't end well. Yeah? Speaking of Takeru Fuji, yikes with the bicep. Yeah, he really should just get out of this tournament. But he is not that kind of guy. He is the guy who fights with an injury. And he's not looking good. It's got to be extremely painful. It's got to be making him feel unwell overall, too. So, I feel for him. All right, I'm going back to the other chat now. I agreed on enjoying this Basho because Hoshiri was out. I get so nervous watching his matches, I can't relax. I'm in that same exact boat where when I like a guy, the whole tournament is stressful for me, particularly if they're having struggles. Like, we know Hoshiryu. Everybody says if he doesn't get, at least 13 wins, he's a failure, he sucks. So you feel this extra pressure of, I want him to prove everybody wrong. I want him to win every match. And then he loses a match and gives up a Kimboshi, and you're like, oh, my life is ruined. And you just can't enjoy it the same way. So it's, a blessing in disguise that I don't have to care about those types of things. Everybody picked out Ishiki and Kachi Clash. Darn them. Except me, because I'm stupid. And Habab Gab, who's also stupid. GR says, I don't believe in Aonishiki's Greco Sumo. Sorry, guys. Too many Kimboshi from the two Yokozuna. The crowd was expecting more, and now no Yokozuna versus Yokozuna fight. That is probably why the crowd is like, man, this is lame. Crowd is numb to Kimboshi now. And that is the end. I got through all those comments. That's excellent. Yeah, there's something to be said for that. I think everybody was coming in really excited about two Yokozuna, and one's out already. The other one isn't as dominant as he can be. And they're just kind of, I don't know, waiting to see something happen. I think they'll be very excited by the end of the tournament. The end of the tournament is going to be wild. If it goes to a playoff, it's going to be wild. It's at least going to go down to day 15, I think. So they have something to look forward to. It's a real disappointment whenever Aonishiki has to resort to Yurikiri. I agree. Like, you're waiting for him to do the crazy move every single time now. I'm unsure if I should like the stream. Is that because we got kicked out? Or is it because I stink? What's the reason? You gotta tell me. I'm actually gonna check the stream right now and see what is going on. I'm very, very disappointed in that. Let's see. I wonder if we got kicked off for, like, violations or something. Uh-oh, now I lost the chat. I'm screwing up, guys. Okay. I can't mess around anymore. I have to get the chat back. There are more guys in the ring that shouldn't be than just him. Just look at Hitomi and Shioshima. Man, they look rough. They look rough. I think that's the last we're going to see of either of them for a while. I mean, Shioshima lost to Shishi today and made Shishi look like a star. At least Hitomi got one win, more than Shioshima can say, but a lot of guys are injured. Some insist on staying in the ring despite just looking horrible. Yeah, this is the injury basho, which is unfortunate. What can you do? No, I'm unsure if I should like the stream because there hasn't been a plug. Oh, yes. I haven't done a plug in quite some time. Which plug am I supposed to do? Hello, Mega Monster. I'm glad you're here. We had the stream start like an hour ago and we got kicked out. So we're slowly gaining our momentum again. Who will be the Kimboshi King next Basho? Probably Hoshiryu because he's obviously the worst Yokozuna of all time. Thank you for that, SDZ02. Unfortunately, yeah, Hoshiryu does give up a lot of Kimboshi. I don't see that changing anytime soon. It really stinks as a Hoshiryu fan, but I just have to sort of accept it and hope that even though he gives up Kimboshi, he will beat who he needs to beat and win Yusho. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Hoshiryu might keep being the Kimboshi King. If only there was a canned cheery voice to remind me to do that. Goodness, I have to do the cheery one, huh? Someone from YouTube was watching an old stream, heard Goose, and said, we need to shadow ban these guys. No plug means no like per your new contract. Oh, okay. All right, I have to earn my likes. I got it. Finally remembered what I was typing when we vanished. What were you typing? It's funny because I copied the chat and then I pasted it, and when I got to the final bottom part of it, it says, where is it? Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess I did this twice. Okay. They unshadow ban your channel when they heard your angelic plug. Is that what it is? Okay. We need to start picking a Hanka of the tournament. Well, we already know that it's going to be Abi. Finally. Oh, that was what you had remembered. Okay. Let me have a moment to do the plug. I agree. They heard the plug and said, these guys are cool. Let's promote all their stuff. Yeah, I haven't done a plug in like the last 3. I didn't do one during the Guess the Bonzuke. I didn't do one during the preview show. I didn't do one last night. That might be it. Let's see. Is there something new I could say? Something interesting? Hi guys, you're listening to 42 Opinions Sumo, where we talk about all the coolest and greatest things, like video games and anime and things that have nothing to do with sumo at all. So if you like wasting your time but also having a good time, you should come and subscribe to 42 Opinions, the greatest sumo channel on the planet. Thank you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, we still have to do promotion and demotions. Because, yeah, we're all caught up on the chat because we had 50 people and they kicked us out. I kind of feel like That's YouTube's game. Like, you start to get some interest and then they just kick you out. Abi Hanka on Wakataka Kage takes number 1 for sure for the look of pure hatred on Wakataka Kage's face after. All right, I'll do a poll. I'll put this in the poll tomorrow. You guys can vote. Hanka of the tournament will be the one Chio actually gets to win with. So I guess we have to wait till the end of the tournament to decide. Hold up, Bob. I'm listening to the most important part. Was that the plug? New YouTube algorithm. Anything that pisses off Goose. There we go. I think Asashoryu's win over Sadano Umi was as real contender. Makushita. Okay, here we go. Makushita 1 through 4, Ishizaki, Asa Hakuryu, Kyoku. Man, I gotta come in closer. Kyoku Kayu, Asanoyama, and Kitanowaka. So these are all the promotions. Should mention something about defeating Bug Zero in the promo. Okay, I could do a second promo with Bug Zero. Abi and Chiyoshima be like, slide to the left. Yeah, good point. Juryo demotions. 1. Mitoryu, Nabatame, Dayamami, Otsuji, Shimano Umi, and Miyano Kaze. Yeah, is Nabatame hurt? That's what I heard. Alright, so let's do a Bug Zero promo. I gotta think about this for a second. I gotta plan that one out. Because Bug Zero should have some like action sounds in the background. Maybe that could be a short. I could be battling Bug Zero. Juryo promotions. Nishikigi, Shonana Umi, Ryuden, Oshomi, Daiseizan, and Tomokaze. Lots of 2 away. Oh, that's right. Nabatame got surgery. So he's going to be out. 4 Basho. That's like, how long is that? There's 6 a year, so it's 9 months maybe. Bug Zero should have a robot voice, in my opinion. Should it have one like the Wild Robot? I was doing a Wild Robot impersonation for a while. But that's like too nice. Do an AI voice for Bug Zero. Welcome. I am Bug Zero. I am here to mess up your day. I really do not like 42 Opinions, and so I destroyed their stream. They had 50 people on here, which is really great for them, and so I had to ruin it. Because I hate 42 Opinions Sumo. Oh my goodness, we have got to fight Bug Zero. The only way to fight Bug Zero is to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, I'll work on it. I'm like thinking about it. Bug Zero wins by Uwatanage. There you go. Nabatame will return in March. Makauchi demotions. Endo, Hideomi, Kaio, Shishi, Koto Eho, Chiyoshima, Asakuryu. Nabatame had ACL and meniscus surgery. So best case scenario, he comes back in 9 months. Is Wild Robot good? Yes. I really enjoyed the Wild Robot. And I didn't expect to. Now this is money content. Alright. So we like the Bug Zero thing. He'll be mid Sandame. Ooh, that's gonna be a rough road back for Nabatame. This is why we pay you the big bucks. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that fake YouTube money is just rolling in. Needs to be scratchier and more nasal. Scratchier and more nasal with the Wild Robot voice. I was imagining Bug Zero's voice as a collection of insect sounds used to imitate human speech, but probably too much horror for a promo. You know, it would take some time. I'd have to sit down and try a couple different voices. I might come up with something good. You guys have no idea how many different voices I can actually do, but I don't like to do them on command because it takes a while to get into them. Mitorio got surgery to remove external hemorrhoids. Oh, yikes. Any super exciting guys coming up? I ask you guys that. Somebody tell me if there's any new guys coming up that we care about. I'm thinking the Regeist voice from the Pokemon movies. I'm going to have to look that up because I can't remember what it sounds like. Sound effects included. Exactly. Like, if I'm really going to do this, I need sound effects. You need, like, bug sounds and fighting. And I have to have, like, a cool... You know what makes a really cool sword sound? You'd be shocked. Curtain rods. You get two curtain rods together and you hit them, and it sounds like two swords clashing. It's amazing. STZ and Jurio, I'm looking at Mita is really exciting. Yes, I had heard about Mita. Michael says that would be cool. I was happier not knowing about Mitorio. Yeah, that's something I don't really want to know, unfortunately. I'm thinking about the Bug Zero voice. I don't think I can do... I don't know how you would do scratchy and nasally. Yeah, let me practice that. Maybe when we do the Sumo Salon live stream, Bug Zero will appear. I am just so bummed, I gotta tell you, that we lost all those people because it was great. Random fact about Namatame, he has only won by Yurikiri twice in his career. That I did not know. Ochiiru Saihan will finally make his debut after years of waiting for Terunofuji to retire. Many Rikishi who watch him have said that he will shoot straight to Sanyaku. Ah, alright. That's a crazy name, though. He's probably going to change that. STC and Makushita, look out for Asahakiryu. I've heard of him. Ishizaki, I've obviously heard of him. Gyotoku. Fukuzari. Ikari Gata. Fujinokawa's brother. Oh, cool. Hikari Musashi got his Kachikoshi USA represent. Really? USA guy? I know there's a new British kid who just joined the stable, but it'll be a while before we see him. Ochiru regularly beats Isegahama Makauchi Rikishi in practice. Really? Okay. He should really shorten his name to Ochiru. It's much easier to say. USA had quite a representation back in the 80s and 90s, and then it just all went away. It's a badass name. Maybe Bug Zero is the original computer virus. He's a bug in everyone's programs, but I like the insect monster thing as well. He could be both. Why not? Bug Zero is just undefinable. British kid will debut in March, I think, for Minato Bayo. Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing the British kid. I can't remember his name now, unfortunately. Oh, I really want to check that old stream, but I don't want it, like, showing all kinds of stuff. Minato was Ichinojo's stable, but he didn't have a great relationship with the Oyakata. Yeah. He definitely did not. Fukuzani, 18 and straight into Makushita, sounds like a talent. Yeah, 18 years old? That's like Hakuho level stuff right there. Yeah, I want to test something, but I don't know if my... Let's see what happens. Okay, I think I can do it now. I want to look at the old stream and just make it show up. Sorry about that, guys. You got to say stuff, okay? You got to put some chat in there. I'm giving you an opportunity to chat, or else I'm going to end up having to end this way sooner than I expected to, because everything already got screwed up. So I'm giving you your opportunity while I try to make that other live public. So at least people will know it existed. Okay. I think we're good now. Okay. Back to the chat. Yep, Fujizaki has looked really good. First ever high school Makushita Tsukidashi. Yeah, Hikari Musashi is Musashi Maru's nephew. That makes sense. Okay, now I gotta go in real close to read this name. Tenrose. Oh, Hoshiryu's cousin. I heard he was around. Is 4-1, and Musashi Maru's nephew is 5-1. Ah, that's exciting. I can't wait. I'm so out of the loop with these rising stars these days. Not as much free time. I'm obviously in that boat too. That's why we only do the 42 opinions. But I rely on these guys, all you guys in the chat, to tell me who is coming up. Gyotoku did. I don't think I said that right. This Gyotoku didn't do college sumo. Did weightlifting. Came in after one off really good performance in a corporate sumo tournament. Huh. That's interesting. Streaming tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm probably not, because I have the expectation of going on the Sunday morning sumo show at 3 or 4 in the morning. I think it's 3 in the morning. So it's hard for me to do a stream and then do that. So unfortunately not. But we'll have the recap show next week, and we will also do a Sumo Salon live stream. So I will give you another live stream. It just won't be this week. It'll be after the tournament. Loving all these new generation talents coming up in the last couple of years. Well, at this point, like, sumo is just such a passion that only the people in sumo families are, really dedicated. It just seems like less of a career option for the average Japanese. Reminds me of how Akisayama got into sumo. I love Akisayama, physique of the gods. Yeah, and he's like best buddies with Taki Keisho. They're always like hanging out in the track jackets. We must delay people. Yes, we are running out of comments. I won't have anything. I can't keep going if there's no comments. Be there for the Sunday morning sumo show. Awesome. Tell us more about the zombie retro game. Okay. You know what? I'm going to pull it up. Zombies ate my neighbors. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up Zombies Ate My Neighbors right now. And we're just going to watch it for a second. So you guys can get inspired to play this awesome game. Let's see. Even the music is cool, don't you think? We're only going to watch like a few seconds of it. That's it. Dun, 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 dun. How many times have I played this game? Let me tell you. Dun, dun, dun. So you got girl, guy. They have like basically like guns that have like holy water in them or something. Now there is a bonus level 0, but you got another code. But here you go, guys. Your goal is to save the neighbors. I think you have like 10 of them, maybe 20 of them. And you get to open up garbage cans, and the weapons are ridiculous in here. You've got like soda cans. Like I said, squirt guns. I can't even think of all the different weapons that are in this game. The music is excellent. You get random cemeteries and open graves. You can swim in the toxic waste dump. That's all I'm going to give you guys for now. We're going back to Ichiyamamoto. Okay, so what do we think? I'm so hyped for the Sumo Salon. I am too. I actually got it all prepped and ready. Like I said, I'm not sure which day next week, but we're going to next week. I'll put it in the post section. Yes, I am supposed to be commenting on day 13 as far as I know. Did you see Takikeisho's reaction? No, I still haven't seen it. I've had no time this week. Absolutely none. I went on vacation last week, which put me behind in every single thing that I had to do. I have multiple jobs, multiple like part-time deals, and so very behind and had to put in extra hours of work, and it's not even worth the discussion, but the point is I have not been around to do anything fun. We already talked so much yesterday, it's difficult, please understand. I know. We had such a good time last night. It's hard. What was your very first physical video game? My very first video game was Super Mario Brothers, the original Super Mario Brothers. From there, Duck Hunt, which I love Duck Hunt. That was all the regular Nintendo. I played Bayou Billy. I played Captain Skyhawk. And then those were like the only games. I think I played Turtles in Time on the regular Nintendo. And then I just have this gap in my mind because when the Super Nintendo came out, that's all I cared about. And my first Super Nintendo game was... Oh, actually... Yeah, it was Super Nintendo Super Mario Brothers 3. So I played Super Mario Brothers 3 first. Then I played Donkey Kong Country 2. I played the second game first. Then I played Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And then it goes on and on and on and on. These are the ones that like really stuck in my head. Oh, I forgot. Oh my goodness, I forgot one of the greatest games of all time on the NES, Castlevania 3. I love Castlevania 3. That was before SNES. I've never played this game, but the boss music goes hard. I'm telling you, all the songs are good, all the monsters are good, all the weapons are good. You need to play this game. Hail the great Lord Battle Hamster. Our hearts will always be with the Battle Hamster. The teacher lady is only worth 10 points. The points don't matter in that game. What matters is you just have to rescue all of them. Otherwise, the enemies can kill them. If they kill them, you go into the next stage and you have one less neighbor to save. Now, when you have 20, whatever. Okay, so now I only have 18. When you get to level 47 and you only have one person left to save, you die as soon as they kill all the neighbors. If you're in level 47 and you've got to find that one neighbor, chances are they're going to kill the neighbor before you find them. So you want to keep as many neighbors alive as possible. Looks like a good time. It is. I literally teared up during that sumo salon. First time I've teared up since watching Amphibia. I don't know what Amphibia is, but I definitely teared up too. Kisano Sato was holding back tears. I mean, that was touching. Especially because Takikeisho had such a pure, angelic look on his face when he talked about his future wrestler. Well, I don't want to spoil it. But let's just say, like, Takikeisho, man, he is a special, special person. What was my very first non-Dragon Ball anime? Sailor Moon. I could tell you the order. I went Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, Trigun, Rurouni Kenshin. And that's all I can remember the order. There was obviously more animes, but that was the order of animes right there. Takayasu Ozeki run. I know. I mean, I would love to see it. He's not giving up on it. I almost feel like if Takayasu gets Ozeki, who will retire when he loses it, he might stick around longer if he never gets Ozeki back. I completely agree with that. If he were to manage to do it again, I just don't see how he would let himself lose it and keep going. My first game was either Sonic or Alex the Kid. I did forget about Sonic. Sonic was in there somewhere, but I didn't own a Sega. Somebody else I knew owned a Sega, so I would just play Sonic at their house, and boy, I did love Sonic. Sonic was awesome. But I wasn't really a big fan of Sega in general, so I mostly stuck to the Nintendo systems. Super, SNES, Nintendo DS. I don't know if I had a Nintendo 64 or not. I don't remember. When I watched Sailor Moon, it was the newer dub. I tried watching the old dub with the iconic opening, but I just couldn't. Probably since I didn't grow up with it, you just couldn't get past the voice acting. I actually preferred the voice acting in the original, but it's the same thing that you said. Whatever you watch first is what you care about. But Terry Hawks was the best Sailor Moon. She, by far, was the best Sailor Moon. Oh, Trigon, I love that anime. Botched the ending, but awesome up until then. I don't know if they botched the ending. It could have been better, but I don't know that it was botched. I made an excellent anime music video to Trigun. I'm very proud of that video. It's one of my first anime music videos I ever made. I watched Sailor Moon and I was surprised at how incompetent she is. Yeah, that's kind of the point, though. You know, she's supposed to be like the silly person who somehow makes it through. Have you watched any of the Peanut Butter Gamers videos? Legendary Nintendo video game YouTube. Literally my childhood. Nope, never heard of that. That Zombies game was one I never knew about. It has very Toe Jam and Earl vibes. Yeah, actually it does have very Toe Jam and Earl vibes. I wonder if it was also made by LucasArts. I'd have to look that up, but Zombies Ate My Neighbors is literally the funnest game. It's one of the funnest games because there's so much variety. There's 49 stages. There's all these different types of villains. There's all these different types of weapons. The music is excellent. The controls are great. I mean, it's hard though. It's so hard. You can play the first 10 stages over and over again and have a lot of fun and then say, wow, this is getting hard. Like, she always needs the other sailors or her love interest to save her. She kind of sucks. Funny show, though. Come on. Can we just have... So what? So what? Does every main character have to be the strongest and the best? Can't she just, like, be saved? I think that's fine. Sailor Moon is a girl fairy. We love her. I like Sailor Moon, okay? Leave Sailor Moon alone. You're just like the characters in the show that are always making fun of her. Talking of Taka, I reminded him this morning, thinking like we're watching his body deteriorate in real time. Which Taka are you talking about? Have you seen any other magical girl anime other than Sailor Moon? Cardcaptor Sakura. I've seen Magic Knight Rayearth. That was a good one. I'm not usually a magical girl anime, but there's been a few that I've liked. I saw My Hime. I don't know if that's magical girl or not. It's kind of mech. Kind of magic girl. A little bit more serious. Takekeisho reportedly weighs 108 kilograms now. His peak was... Wow! His peak was around 180. I believe it because he looks like a shell of his former self. It's kind of amazing. No, I like that she sucks. That's what makes it funny. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be somewhat funny, honestly. Sailor Moon kind of creeps me out. Hey, not everything is for everyone. Cardcaptor Sakura goated. It was a really good show. I was surprised. That was kind of the zone of time where it was also... There was the Pokemon anime, the Digimon anime, Cardcaptor Sakura. They were all kind of together. My sister tried to get me into Tokyo Mew Mew through the manga. Huh. I never heard of that one. Oh, sorry. Typed over myself. Thinking of Taka while watching Teru. So, let me go back to your comment then. So, you're saying that you think Teru no Fuji is sort of deteriorating? Do you mean that in a negative way? Or do you... Oh, Takeru. See? Yeah, there's too many Takas and Terus and... Yeah, Takeru Fuji, I hope this isn't going to be one of those tragic stories like Tomokaze. Where, like, he had a lot going for him and then it just all fell apart. Yes, he means Takeru Fuji. Have you watched JoJo Stardust Crusaders? It was so good. So, here's my story about JoJo. I watched the very first JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it was so disturbing to me. The freaking dog in the box. That's all I have to say to you. The dog in the box. Okay? So I've peeked over people's shoulders watching JoJo. So I think I've seen some parts in Stardust Crusaders, but after the first season, I'm like, I can't watch this. It's too graphic. You know how I feel, guys, about graphic stuff. There was another scene in one of the JoJos where, like, they were in a limousine and some very graphic things happened. So the answer is I've seen parts of it probably, but I've avoided JoJo because it's too graphic. Tim's getting too tired to type. I got you. Carry on, soldier. Let's get to 2 hours. Yeah, if we don't get to 2 hours, then we're failing compared to last night. JoJo is so freaking mean to dogs. Yeah, and babies and women. It's a very violent show. Honestly, just look up funny clips. That's something we could do some night is we just watch JoJo Bizarre Adventure clips. But then we'd get taken down. I'm actually surprised. Like, I put up Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and that doesn't take the stream down. But just me talking took the stream down. You can tell how salty I am about this. Because we never regained what we had. And we were doing real good. To me, JoJo Part 1 is so corny, I could never take the show seriously. You found JoJo corny? Because I found it disturbing. I guess I could see the animation being corny to you, but ooh. I could not handle the dog in the box, the baby. Ugh, I don't want to even talk about it. That's just how it rolls after Part 1, Joseph's season and Jotaro's season. We're still about sermons and stuff, but a bit more lighthearted. Yeah, I did notice, like, there were funny parts. Yeah, the JoJo songs are great. The openings are good. They also, you know, they take some American songs and they're in there. I don't mind gore and stuff, but it needs to be a payoff somewhere. Gore for gore's sake is boring. That's why I love Code Geass. Oh, Code Geass. Oh. I can't even repeat the line that disturbs me and keeps me awake at night because I'm afraid, like, then we'll get kicked out of the algorithm again. But that show messed me up mentally. I can never rewatch it again. And it was so good. And that part happens. I think her name was Melfina. I'm not going to say the line. But that was terrible, man. That hurt me. Code Geass hurt my heart. Dude, it's super corny. It is cheese incarnate for the first 5 parts. Yeah, but it's supposed to be cheese. It's supposed to be fun cheese. Yes, one of my favorite bands, so I was elated to hear Roundabout. Roundabout is an excellent song. Have you added Furin to your anime list from yesterday? Yes, it's literally on the watch list. I just haven't watched it. If not, you need to. It is so good at everything it does and pretty family friendly. Watched it with my sister who hates fan service. Yeah, I told you there was like this Catholic priest who does video game and anime reviews, and I didn't watch to see what he said about it, but he highly spoke of Furin, and I'm like, okay, you got me intrigued. So it's on my list. I'm going to watch it very soon. I got to get through this week. I'm super busy this week catching up from my life's events. I think Chase is a great song. I don't care. I will die on this hill. Euphemia, that's her name. Euphemia, the genocide. Yes. I shouldn't even have read that word. Who knows, like, if that'll get us in trouble. There's a famous line where they give her the command. I can't even, I'm telling you, I'm traumatized. My dad was astonished that I knew about Roundabout. Little did he know I learned about it from JoJo. That's hilarious. Oh, I've seen that priest guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name now. I have his image in my head. I'll post it in the, I will post it in the post section so you can check it out. Let me make a note. I'm supposed to put a whole bunch of things. I'm supposed to do a poll for best Hank of the tournament. I think we should do that every time. And I will put priest guy in the posts. There was something else. I skipped Chase every time. Yeah, and I agree. Same with Walk Like an Egyptian. I'm okay with those songs, but I don't love them. They're okay. But they're kind of cool to hear in an anime. So I don't want to say I skipped them, but I'm not as enthused as Roundabout. Monster is not a fan of our opinions on music. Well, what's your kind of music? Who's your favorite bands and stuff? How do you skip Walk Like an Egyptian? Because if you've heard it 800 times like I have, you just kind of, you're over it, you know? Like, I feel like it was in every one of these, like, commercials back in the 90s. It was in all sorts of dance mixes. It shows up at weddings. We do not hate fun. We're having fun right now. No, I didn't skip Walk Like an Egyptian. I meant to say my dad was surprised I knew about Walk Like an Egyptian. Okay, so it's just me who's like, Walk Like an Egyptian, not my favorite. Pretty sure that was an 80s classic. You guys are running out of steam. We did so much good talking last night that you just can't handle it today. I don't even know where we're at. I'm going to peek and see how much we had at the last stream that got taken away from us. That one was 56 minutes. So what are we at here? This one we're at 51 minutes. So we're close. True, the beginning, dun 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 doo doo dun dun sucks with the arrow gets very boring. M, have you convinced any of your family to watch anime with you, or are they resistant to anime conversion? Oh no, many members of my family and friends now watch anime thanks to me. I'd say more people watch anime in my life than don't. I'm very proud of that. Thoughts on the Yankees this season? Well, I haven't watched any baseball this season, unfortunately. That happens because, I used to watch every single game, and then once it went on to cable and the Yankees got their own network, you had to have cable, and then there's blackouts, this, that, and the other thing, so I just don't get to see the games that much, so I don't always follow anymore. What are you saying here? Enho, by the way, is he finally cooked? Yeah, I think Enho is finally cooked. It's unfortunate. You're not even typing that? That's disturbing. Bug Zero strikes again, guys. All former Miyagi no boys except Haku Oho and Sei Hakuho are just ruined. Ten Shouho is turning it around a bit. That's a sad story, man. That's a really sad story. I don't even like to think about it. Like, what could have been had things not gone down the way that it did? I feel like they've been abandoned. They must feel like they've been abandoned. I keep my video game related thoughts on semi-lockdown here because you would never hear the end of it, Maria. I don't know what that means. I really don't. Does that mean that your video game taste is really, really different? Is it controversial? Is it insulting? I'm intrigued. Unleash the beast monster. Is it gonna start a fight or something? I don't think so. How was Hakuho allowed to have a bunch of Mongolians? That's a good question, actually. That is a very good question. How many did he have? Like, is Sei Hakuho also Mongolian? Okay. Hakuho only had one Mongolian. Haku Oho is Japanese. I play a lot of video games. Gotcha. I don't play a lot of video games. I'm more of an anime person, but I like video games. It's just they're very time consuming, so I have to absolutely love it to play it. Haku Oho is Japanese. And others were Mongolian too. So the man who shall not be named, I think he was technically, ethnically Mongolian, but he was born in Hokkaido, so I think even he was Japanese. We shall not speak his name. So my thoughts are I'll go on this stream until 11 p.m. So you guys are going to have to come up with something interesting to talk about. They should have an international stable. That would be cool. Well, that's kind of what Hakuho is working on, except it will be outside of the Sumo Association, so it won't be official. But that's where we're going to get our international stuff. He who shall not be named was born and raised in Hokkaido, just like Ichi Yamamoto. Yeah, so ethnically Mongolian, but Japanese by birth. Did you ever watch OG Gundam? Also very disturbing about children being forced into war. Very sad. Well, by OG Gundam, I can say I watched Gundam Wing, and they did have that theme going on. I did very much enjoy Gundam Wing. I have rewatched it many, many times. I also made an anime music video to Gundam Wing. But yes, it is disturbing. The whole thing is disturbing, and you'd be shocked, actually, how true the stuff that they were talking about way back when, how true it is today. It's very, very relevant for today. Go back and watch Gundam Wing, and you'll be like, wow, the stuff they're talking about is real. It's really disturbing. Ichi took all the good power in Hokkaido. He's taken it all into himself. He is Hokkaido. International stable would be hilarious. It would fall apart since no one can understand each other. That's true. Once you get to part 6, JoJo, you can really feel the author getting more edgy and serious, although the writing doesn't completely come together until part 7. Well, JoJo's been going on a very long time. Hasn't been going on since as long as Dragon Ball. So he's had time to experiment with different stuff. Mobile Suit Gundam, the very first Gundam, things were extremely oddly real. I'll have to check it out. I've always wanted to watch the very original, but I loved Gundam Wing so much. And it's the same thing. Like, the stuff they're talking about is very real, very serious, and very prevalent to today. You know, I don't know about sumo, so I have a question about this whole thing. What is your opinion on sumo now to sumo of yesteryear? Like, do you think it's changed? Is it for the better? Sumo has changed quite a bit. Better's tricky because in some ways it's more exciting now because it's not... Okay, so the sumo of when I started. So there's been sumo forever. So I can only talk about when I started watching. The sumo of the time I started, Hakuho was the Yokozuna, Kakuryu was the Yokozuna, there was Haruma Fuji. So there was 3 Yokozuna, and then there was Kisa no Sato. So all these top guys. And the Ozekis were tough. But the Maegashira guys were kind of iffy. And so you would get these dominant performances where Hakuho would win all the time. And if he happened to be out, then a different Yokozuna would win. And that's what people expect of a Yokozuna. The top guy should dominate everybody else. The era that we're in now, the guys are much smaller. They're more skilled. They are more unpredictable. And we've been in this sort of chaos thing where you never know who's going to win. There's nobody who's super dominant in the sport anymore. Part of that is the way that they train. Part of that is, cultural differences in the training aspects. Like, training used to be brutal, like hazing style, which is not good. So it's good that they've changed the bullying policies. On the flip side, the guys are not quite as rough and tumble. For some reason, people seem to be getting injured more now, but maybe that's not even true, but that's the perception. So it's changed quite a bit, and I would say some things are good, and some things, I think sometimes we miss dominant wrestlers like Hakuho. On the flip side, it's so fun to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys still in it on day 11. So I guess it depends. Some days you probably feel like it's better, and sometimes you probably feel like it's worse. Hopefully that answers your question, and I appreciate your question. The most disturbing anime I've watched would be The Future Diary or School Days. I watched those in my edgy teen years. Okay, I'm going to avoid those then, because I'm done with the disturbing anime. Seriously, Bob, you guys don't want to hear me go on tangents about random games for hours. We gotta do a gaming stream sometime. Never gotten a Gundam. It feels insurmountable. I don't know what that means. Why does it feel insurmountable? Do it, monster. I think sumo is less top-heavy compared to sumo historically. You might have to... Maybe you're going to explain more down below. The animation sucks in the original stuff, but it's all the sad stuff, like 10 times the whole crew is kids, and they have to kill people and end up being permanently drafted into war when they finally get home. Yeah, that sounds very disturbing. Random question. When you enter Grand Ozumo, will you be known as your birthplace or the country that you currently live in? I think birthplace, because they talk about Aonishiki as being Ukrainian, and he lives in Japan. And most of these guys, they move to Japan when they're in high school, and they just stay there forever, so I think it's country you're born in. A Maegashira 5 now could probably beat a Maegashira 1 of like 20 years ago. That would be one of the biggest changes. I think the talent is actually greater. There was a lot of big guys that would be hard to push around. But with that said, there's no guy who's dominant over all of them. I think it's wherever you want, GR. Well, that's possible too. Maybe you get to choose. But if you're not a Japanese citizen, I don't think they're going to let you say Japan. You can also change it like Roga did. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. We all know the bullying is still going on pretty bad, even if it's not as prevalent as before. Yeah, but if it was going on the way that it used to, don't you think a lot of these guys would be a lot tougher? And I'm not condoning bullying. I'm saying I think we can actually see the results of there being a lot less of it. Future Diary ain't even that bad, but I haven't seen a truly messed up anime. Good, don't. Do you think that Futabayama would still be tough today? I don't know. Like I said, I think the wrestlers are just very different today. They're far more speedy, smaller, skilled. You have a lot, like you have to agree that there's a lot less big guys. Long gone are the days of Tochinoshin and Ichi Nojo and, you know, Chiyo Tairyu and Tokushoryu. Like, everybody seems like much leaner now. Maybe the toll would be way harder since he didn't wrestle 6 basho a year. Either Jungyo. Yeah, consider that. The schedule was a lot tougher, too. Future Diary is actually really, but then it turns quickly towards the end. Crazy yandere chicks aren't my thing. Well, anything that's about a diary means there could be drama. Do not watch Pupa. Okay. School Days is pretty messed up. Alright, I'm not watching that. Current Rikishi Koseiryu was born and raised in California, did amateur sumo and judo in America, but joined sumo, has a grandmother who lived in Japan and used her address to qualify as a Japanese Rikishi. Interesting. Okay. I want to look at the official rule book, but it sounds like there's all sorts of things out there. The 42 as a whole is stronger, but makes for more parity. Yeah, that's true. I think that was just a 2000s thing because historically guys are still bigger than average now. A good point. Like I said, I can only really compare it to what I've seen. I missed decades of sumo, so... He even won a collegiate judo tournament at a national level. So he's a pretty skilled dude. I will still shill to be Hero X though. I forget, is that a really good one? Is that a disturbing one? I forget where you rated that particular anime. Parody, not parody. I knew what you meant. I got mixed up about that when I first heard about it too. Does anyone think Chiyoshima could do the 0 and 15? He's currently 0 and 11. I'm surprised he's still in the tournament. I don't know why. Maybe this is the end, guys. Maybe he's sticking in because he decided, because he got a surgery. Maybe he decided he is just going to fight one last time, and if he can't do it, he's going to retire. We keep an eye on him. Put him on the watch list. Chiyoshoma, just go Cujo, please. Cujo. I do this all the time. Going 0-15 is a very Chiyoshoma thing to do. I agree. Yo, another live show? Of course, JJ. Of course. I always do at least 2. I used to do one on Thursday night, but then I started coming on your guys' show on day 13 and could not pull that off. He just got surgery. It can't be the end. Let it heal, man. I don't know. Ichi Yamamoto, 13-2 U show. There we go. Ichi Yamamoto, U show. JJ is here to rep Ichi Yamamoto. Ichi Yamamoto is now going to go undefeated for the rest of the tournament and make JJ cry. That is the goal here. It'll be tears of joy. Yeah, we've been talking about video games and anime for the last 15-20 minutes. We did get a little sumo chat in there. A question that was asked was, is sumo much different today than in the past? And is that a good thing or a bad thing? Do you have anything to opine with, JJ? Chio should just commit to hanking the rest of his matches. That would be hilarious. He tried a couple and they failed epically. Do we think Kusano can Takeru Fuji himself? I don't know. He does bad against other big, strong guys. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing his match tomorrow. Nice little test. Can we talk about Koto Shoho? He's got no press coverage despite looking the best he's ever looked. Yes, we can talk about Koto Shoho. He's got that excited energy, I think, because his brother's in the top division, and there's a little bit of let me show you how it's done. The family's probably showing up to the tournaments because they get to watch both of them, and they get to see Koto Eiho's first tournament. And I think, the sibling thing is a thing in Japan. I'm sure he wants to win it for his brother. He's still got to be remembering his 2023 Jun Yusho and how he came so close to his first Yusho. So I wouldn't count him out, but we don't have any sort of precedent for him. We have a sort of precedent. He made it all the way to the end against Takakeisho, but he's not looked great since. So the facts aren't with it, but you never know. Like I said, sumo's unpredictable. I think Kusano will be able to handle the top guys by the time he gets promoted up there. I do too. I will pick up my couch and throw it to Nagoya if he beats Onosato tomorrow. Oh, please let this happen. I want a video of you throwing your couch to Japan. FW, I'm not going to say it. Koto Shoho heavy, he is an absolute giant. I like Koto Shoho too. He's a bruiser. He's got that old Yutakayama, Shohozan kind of violence. I do enjoy his sumo. Do it, Ichi Yamamoto, do it. Koto Shoho's dad is like a real-life Master Roshi. Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures of him. Stash and beard, old guy, super muscular, probably super chill. Man, Oho is killing me. The Yusho run and that just total crap sumo. I don't know what's going on with him. It's got to be mental. It's got to be. I mean, I guess it depends. I can look at sumo match from 1902 and understand what's happening. How well does that question apply to other sports? Hockey, basketball in the 70s to now, Fair point. I'm saying Koto Shoho is getting edged out by too many other good stories. Yeah. I mean, he picked a rough time to be in literally no one is talking about him. They're like, yeah, whatever. Let's talk about these other guys. Nobody cares. It's a little bit of a shame. Oho hasn't looked like himself. Well, he's busted his orbital bone a couple times. Maybe he just can't see anymore. I don't know. I'm not trying to be blasé about it, but I don't know what his problem is. I've never understood what his problem is. He's the legacy baby that can't make it to the top. Mudoho has the same thing going on mentally, low-key. Yeah, there are guys that have great potential, but they can't get out of their own head. And it's a shame when that happens. A true shame. What are you even doing up, JJ? Don't you have to get up in the middle of the night? Or is this like when you get up to start doing sumo? I did a stream right before this and we got kicked out. We had 50 people in here and then we got kicked out. We're slowly trying to bring ourselves back. But now I've been doing this for over 2 hours, guys. Just so you know. Plus, if Onosato loses to Ichi Yamamoto, he will have given out 4 Kimboshi in his debut, which has never been done. Oh, please. Please let it happen. I shouldn't say that. I'm not rooting against Onosato, but, you know, I've just endured so much. I've endured so much suffering, okay? The third brother, Naya, has looked pretty good this past show. I remember Naya. I haven't seen him in a while. I thought he would rise up a lot sooner than he has, but maybe I'm just in a rush. Monster says to do it. I don't know what we're doing. That's why we need a stream tomorrow for all the people who got kicked out. Hey, blame the Sunday morning sumo show, guys. If they want me to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, how in the world can I stay on with you guys till midnight? OM, how about Musashi Maru? I'm sensing a Hawaiian Sanyaku guy in my future. We need to bring back the Hawaiians. They need to come back. To Be Hero X was a really good one, not disturbing at all. It's an anthology series about 10 heroes who are fighting to become the top hero. Their powers are based on the strength of supporters. How old is that? Is that an old one or a newer one? Because I never heard of it. It's 9 p.m. Got to run to the store, buy my Tim Hortons for later in the night, and then go to bed. Usually 10:30 to 12:40 nap. Oh my goodness, Timmy Hortons! Such a Canadian thing. I went to school in Buffalo, so that's why I know about Timmy Hortons. Well, definitely good luck with that, man. That is not a lot of sleep. If Onosato got the record for most Kimboshi, Onosato Glaze's Hosh haters would be slapped with some irony. Well, I think Chris Sumo is having a lot of fun, like, talking crap about both of them, which I find a little amusing. So much hate towards Hoshoryu right now. Maybe if Onosato loses, Hoshoryu won't get so much hate. I think they'll just shift it. They'll just find new reasons to hate, but it'll be funnier. It'll be so funny. It's like, okay, hate on him all you want. Onosato gave up like 18 Kimboshi in a 15-day tournament. How does that happen? Now versus then. I used to watch sumo coverage on ESPN back in the late 90s. They treated it like the world's strongest man. Now that's interesting. I should go on YouTube and see if there's any like VHS recordings put on there from the old days. I bet you there's something. Superhero show Tiger and Bunny is a short and sweet watch. Interesting. Coverage available here in the US is way better now. That is probably one of the biggest changes. JJ, what is the most stereotypical Canadian thing that is actually true? If JJ's still around, I really want to hear the answer to that question. Bob, it has a lot of similarities to Tiger and Bunny, even with the corporate aspect of it. Yes, Mega Monster's been here for a little bit. Do you think there has been improvements to training? There's been a little bit more awareness on trying to stay healthier, taking breaks through injury so that you can resurrect your career if you get hurt. There's been a lot of shifting to weightlifting training, which has really helped some guys, but maybe some other guys it hasn't. So I'd say there's been changes to training. Whether or not they've been good improvements, hard to say. The Canadian stereotypes are all true. Oh my goodness, it's hilarious. There's not really a bad Canadian stereotype, though, is there? Like, Canadians have all good stereotypes. They like hockey, Tim Hortons, they're really nice, they're a bunch of lumberjacks. Those are the Canadian stereotypes that I can think of. 2 Yokozunas that neither can do anything. Bruh. Hey, it is what it is, man. A lot of training improvements, more modern medicine and weightlifting, plus stables pay for their gym memberships and sometimes massages and treatment. There you go. Sometimes the subscribers know way more than I do. Or maybe it's the fact that it's 11 p.m. and I'm starting to get tired. And these guys won't let me leave because that's what they do. It would be just another record on Sato breaks. There you go. Fastest to Yokozuna. Never had a Makikoshi. Gives up 18 Kimboshis in a 15-day tournament. Hey, he's just about breaking records, guys. Hoshoryu comes back day 15 to beat Onosato and give him another loss to make him look better. Guys, do you know how amazing that would be to me? Do you have any idea how much I would laugh? That'd be so amazing. Onosato has never gone Kyujo after early losses yet, so he is really a Yokozuna. Guess we'll find out. It would be funny if Hoshoryu comes back for one day just to beat Onosato. That would be hilarious. One of my favorite things was the whole interview where they said Hoshoryu went to the meeting and he's like, "Where's Onosato?" And they told him where he was training, and then he went and tracked him down. That was pretty funny. With an ankle toe injury still, Kakenage's Onosato in day 15 and the Basho. Beautiful. It would be so beautiful, wouldn't it? Come on, everybody wants it now. It needs to happen. To be a Hero X is still ongoing. Okay, so it's new-ish. ESPN coverage then was a summary of an entire random Basho in one show. Don't recall if it was 60 minutes or 120. No continuity or sequence from one to the next. That kind of stinks. Speaking of Kakenage, Aqua hasn't attempted even one. Isn't Aqua all beat up? Onosato is vastly superior, but Hosh just exists to look tough while beating Onosato, and I love it. Isn't that like the best part of this whole thing? Onosato, like, I fear nothing. But that man, he scares me. For real. As for true, shorts in winter, shorts in summer, maple syrup, everything. I totally forgot about those stereotypes. Thank you for confirming them for us. I mean, JJ lives somewhere where it's like negative 60 degrees in the heart of winter, so if it even gets to 0, it's definitely shorts weather. Mega Monster, I promise to finish to be Hero X by next Mid-Basho live stream. There you go. Then you can tell me if it was worth watching the whole thing. I still have to finish Hunter x Hunter. I'm like so behind. I was watching the new one and didn't realize it was a new one. And then I had to go back and find the old one. So now I'm watching the old one. JJ, weirdest thing you can put maple syrup on? That might be a weird question. Who knows what he's going to say? This is tired chat now. Don't tell me you guys aren't as tired as I am. And I said I was going to go at 11 o'clock, and now it's 11:14. So you've really succeeded in making me stay longer than I planned. Has to balance on his injured toe to beat Onosato and does it. Calls the injury healed with motivational Asashoryu pills. And then Asashoryu goes on Twitter and says, he's the worst Yokozuna that's ever lived, and I am ashamed. The author needs to finish Hunter x Hunter too. Seriously. Did you watch OPM? It's pretty funny and the storytelling isn't bad. What is OPM? It could be my tiredness, but I can't think of what OPM is. It's Santa weather unless there's more than 2 inches of snow. I love this. I love all these Canadian stereotypes. They are amazing. We need to know what the magical Asashoryu pills are. Well, you gotta ask Asashoryu. Maple syrup into any recipe that needs sugar. Ah, good point. Yes, One Punch Man, of course. Of course, yes, I have seen One Punch Man. It is quite the show. I don't know what I think of it. I kind of like it, but I also think it's like, you've said it well. It is funny, but it also, like, the story's pretty good, but it's weird. And so I'm so on the fence of what I actually think of it. I don't dislike it, but I don't know if I love it either. It's just kind of is. What if all the Hoshoryu haters are all bots set up by Asashoryu in a play to make nephew stronger, colder, and more immovable? I'm going to choose to believe that that's the case. You know what? Because I've seen like this one comment constantly that's, I told you it was too soon for Hoshiryu. And I'm like, that doesn't even apply to the comment that the person just made. I'm like, is this a bot? So maybe you're right. I'm going to choose to believe this. Asashiryu pills are basically senzu beans. I love it. Asashiryu, like, your hate makes you stronger. Yep. It's like Vegeta and Trunks in the hyperbolic time chamber. M, have you seen Mob Psycho? I have not. I think Hosh isn't enough of an a-hole to be an Asashiryu type of Yokozuna. He's over here plowing rice fields while Asashiryu was beating up dudes in bars. Yeah, it's kind of true. Hoshiryu is actually a really nice guy. I don't know why he gets a rap for not being a nice guy. And yeah, meanwhile, Asashiryu is like hanging out with the Yakuza. Hey JJ, let Goose know that I am free to do commenting with you guys, but no pressure. I'm sure he would let you do it. You gotta get into the Discord and let him know. This is why Australia is the best. I finish work at 3, get home, shower, eat, and then watch the top division. Yes, Australia has the best schedule for sumo. No question about that. Hidden stereotype is biker gang culture being everywhere in native gangs and reservations in big cities. Ooh. That's one I hadn't considered. I like this. Biker gangs. Interesting. I never even thought of Canadian gangs. Mob Psycho is awesome. Okay, I'll put it on the list. Somebody put it in the comments section of this live stream. Best Death Stare. Kotozaka or Hosh? Come on. Hoshiryu's got the best one. As a Native American, I laugh at all our stereotypes. Stereotypes can be really great if you can laugh at them. If you can't laugh at them, well, not so great, but a lot of stereotypes are funny. GR, yeah, you gotta talk to Goose. Yeah, just join the Sunday Morning Sumo Show Discord and then message him. He's up for anybody coming. Did you see Hoshiryu freaking out over the crying baby in that rice video? No, I missed that part of the video. I'll have to go back and see it. If you want a wholesome anime, watch Usagi Drop. You guys are giving me so much. I'll be watching for like a year. I'm also native Cherokee. I don't know if that's a typo or not. Also find to call us Indians, bring back the Redskins. We were talking about doing day 13 together when we were commenting the Thunderdome tournament. Well, usually me and John come on day 13, but maybe we don't have an invitation this time. John seems to think we do. But I know that I didn't actually get a formal invitation this time, so who knows? Maybe you're allowed to come on as the next member of 42 Opinions. I have no idea what he's doing. Where can I find it? This is why I can't talk about games. Oh, okay. Is What About You, I think. Cherokee, what about you? See, I don't know all the shorthand. Because I'd be recommending this and that, just like that in chat. Give us a John update. John's cool. John's probably sleeping, unlike me. Yeah, sorry about that. Scudawadu. I'm getting very tired. I'm warning you guys, I am definitely going in like a minute. I'm going to read these comments, but I'm going in a minute. I can't even read anymore. John is good. We will be seeing John sooner than later. It's on the Stables YouTube channel. I have seen the rice planting video, but I didn't see the part where he was freaking out about the kid. JJ, also native. I gotta get in here. Matisse, though I don't much look into it. Yes, JJ is quite the tallest. I can't imagine if I ever met JJ or Goose, both of them like over a foot taller than me. It's very awkward for me. Dude, I feel the same way about the Edmonton Eskimos. Now they're the Edmonton Elks, like WTF. I know, like, here's my thought. And maybe I'm totally wrong, but Why is naming a team after something that exists bad? Like, if you take their name off, now they don't have any representation. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Natives, at least the Eastern American ones, are pretty tall on average. I guess that makes sense. Elks isn't as bad as a replacement name as the Commanders. Let's just not even have names anymore. Let's just eliminate all names. Because, yeah, I actually think the Commanders is an absolute terrible name. I can't comment on the Redskins themselves, but I do not like the name Commanders. Oh, it's Métis. Métis, of course. French. Oh, get the Commanders out of here. I mean, what is a commander? I don't want to hear this. I know it's like a commander on the battlefield. I'm just not feeling it. It doesn't sound tough at all. It actually sounds pretty weak. Just go back to being the Washington football team if you're going to pick a name that bad. I agree. Just say Washington. How about we just don't even have the second part? Be like New York, Washington, Seattle. We don't need names anymore. Well, there's evidence of a 9 to 10 foot giants who were here before Indians. Oh my goodness. WFT was tough. Yeah, and the Smithsonian hid the giants. Very strange. All right, guys. I'm losing it. I'm tired. I won't do a live stream tomorrow. Like I said, I know it's unfortunate, but it's possibly the Sunday Morning Sumo Show fault. If I'm not invited on day 13, well, that's going to be odd. But we'll have the recap show next week, and we will have the Sumo Salon next week. Take a look at the post section to see what day that I'm picking for that. Now I'm going to strip representation from the Elks. The Elks are good. They have like little buildings all over. You know, the Elks clubs and all that. Washington will only have their city while the Athletics have no city. Yeah, Commanders is better than Guardians. These are all very not tough names. Commander Shepard, pretty tough if you ask me. It's just, yeah, maybe when you have Commander followed by a name, but like Washington Commanders is just so generic. And Guardians, just, if you're going to be generic, it just takes the fun out of it. Commodores would have been cooler. Possibly. All right, guys. It was fun. Thank you for coming on after we got kicked out of the stream. I will see you guys next week. Enjoy this insane tournament. I will be posting my thoughts in the post section. So if you want to interact with me there, I will be around. Other than that, enjoy your evening. And I agree. Pick a real mascot.